Live from my backyard in Bellevue, Washington, this is the Podworm Spacecast. Why does Peter always laugh?
Because that was the weakest one. You were so... He was even laughing.
There was hesitance.
It was
Live from the...
Okay.
You can do it.
Live from my backyard in Bellevue, Washington, this is the Podworm Spacecast. The Podworms are 7 lifelong friends who you can call for a good time, or you can listen to their podcast for an even better time. Yeah. Welcome to the Spacecast.
Spacecast, throw it in your face cast. Podworm Spacecast, get a little.
Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to the Podworm Spacecast. Super excited to be bringing you back another episode of the Spacecast, and let me introduce to you the Podworms on the show today. We have one half of the Deadly Brother duo. It's Mike McCoy.
Deadly Brother roll call.
And we have his deadly brother, Kevin McCoy.
Deadly Brother roll call.
He used to work at Home Depot, but now he works as a salesman wearing flip-flops in the office. It's Perfect Pete.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And I am the host of the show, the low-hanging fruit, Andrew LeClaire. We have a great show for you today.
Oh, yeah. I can feel it.
We have an update on one of our most beloved segments. And we've been missing it for so long because he's been off on a long haul. It's Mike's Critter Corner.
Mm-hmm.
We have a round of over-under. We have an installment of Peter's Patent Pending.
Ooh.
And we're going to close the show out with a movie quiz to determine, based on our preferences, our answers to specific questions, we're going to see what movie we're going to all watch together tonight. We are contractually bound to, after this episode concludes, we're going inside that house and we're watching this movie, and we can't leave until it's done.
Yep. That's a promise we're going to keep.
Can we set up a screen outdoors because it's toasty?
Oh, sure.
Let's do an outdoor movie night.
I mean,
What if there's mosquitoes, though?
Yeah.
Let's do it inside then.
Yeah. Can we just stay inside? Can we watch it on an iPhone inside?
yeah.
Are you busy next Tuesday?
Can we all
Yes.
watch it individually on iPhones and just start press play at the same time?
Let's all get on a Facebook chat group, or a
Yeah.
FaceTime call, and we all watch it at our own houses.
Did you know that? I don't know if Xbox still has this feature, but there was a feature where you could watch something with friends.
and it added.
What it did is you would watch something, but you'd be in a party online, and it would make your screen about it would take 2 inches and shrink the screen and make it look like a movie theater, and then you'd see the heads of your Xbox characters at the bottom of the screen, and so it would just basically be a shitty way to watch a movie, but you could have your headset on and be laughing with your friends.
Is there a way to there has to be a way to switch it so that you can just see the full screen and still talk to people?
Nope.
You had to watch it small with the little guys running around.
But also, why would you want to
terrible
watch it
decision.
without your little guys there? How would you know that you're all watching it together? It wouldn't feel like a movie theater experience at all.
Yeah.
I would hear them.
You know what I miss?
Not the same.
We never watch bad movies anymore. That was one of our favorite high school things.
Oh.
Like Troll 2.
Troll 2. What a classic.
I mean, those movies where the only real purpose is so that you can make the funniest joke
Oh, yeah.
and make everybody on the couch laugh.
Yeah, everybody on the couch, you tell that one, you know, what? No better feeling than when you tell that one joke that makes everybody laugh.
I actually saw a car when I was leaving the Base Room Studio 2.0 a few weeks ago that the license plate was Nilbog, which is the name of the town in Troll 2.
Which is Goblin backwards.
Which is Goblin back. Spoiler, it's Goblin backwards.
Spoiler, there's no trolls in Trolls.
There's only goblins.
Yeah, there's only goblins.
And they're hardly even goblins.
Yeah.
Before we jump into all that, Peter, you were at a wedding recently. Is that true?
Yes.
Tell us about
I
it.
see here on the detector, it is true.
Were you officiating?
Is he telling the truth?
He's telling the truth.
Okay.
I was not officiating.
Hold on.
It's pretty rare when I'm at a wedding that you're not officiating it.
He's telling the truth.
So here's how we're going to do this story. I'm just going to keep asking random probing questions because I have no idea what this is all about. And Peter, you're just going to answer in one-word answers.
Yep.
Yes.
And I will tell you if it's true or false
Okay.
based
Yes.
on the detector test in front of me.
Peter,
and I'm here.
Yes.
And Kevin will sit.
you're here to bear witness.
Yes.
Peter, I understand that you had a comical story that would be entertaining to share in the podcast.
No.
All right,
False.
Mike, I heard you had a story.
He's telling a lie. You do have a funny story.
All right,
I
Peter,
wouldn't
you're
call it funny.
This is off the charts. It's the funniest story that Peter's ever brought to the podcast.
guys.
you're getting real close to a new nickname, Peter.
All right, so we
There we go.
You're at perfect. So you can
Perjury-
only go down.
Perjury Pete. It's better than the previous nickname, which we won't mention anyway. Damn it. Going back to the wedding story. So
back to
Let's get back
we
to
haven't
it.
started.
All right, back to the wedding story, guys.
I'm sorry for that short tangent. Let's get right back into
right.
it.
If you ever wonder why I always start the episode with a story, this is why. Go ahead, Peter.
I've stopped wondering why you do what you do. I just accept it.
Go tell your goddamn story.
So now I'm just gonna milk it.
You're already milking it.
I would say it's milked.
We were going to a wedding in Snohomish, and it was at kind of at a farm type thing. There's a barn that has been turned into a bar, and at the same location, there's another barn that still serves as a wedding venue. So the bar is like functioning as like the bar's open like every day during the week. So Saturday, Sunday, weekends, everything.
Like Monday, Tuesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Thursday,
Okay.
Friday, happy days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. But
So it's a business that's open.
so
It's
yeah,
like
it's
a
a business
regular
that's open.
bar,
So it's
but
not
it's
like you're renting out the bar to do the wedding at. So we get there and we park and we're kind of confused. Like, okay, do we go into the bar? Oh no, we figure out that the wedding venue's over here. There's like a little garden area where the ceremony is performed outside. And then the like reception is in this barn area where they have an open bar. And there's this like courtyard that is next to like the barns. The two barns make a right angle. And so there's the barn where the bar is, and there's the barn where the reception is, and then there's this like courtyard area where kind of people are hanging out, and there's like games outside. And they've put up these signs because there's doors from the bar that go out there, and they put up these signs that say private event in progress, please don't come out.
Yep.
And so everybody at the wedding's like dressed up in at least like collared shirt and slacks, right? Like it was a hot sunny day, so not everybody was like in full suit and everything, but you can tell like who's at the wedding and who's not, right?
But you had
Yep.
top hat, cane, tails,
Yeah. Traditional
Spurs.
Yeah, I had
chaps,
yeah, traditional evening dress. Assless chaps.
diaper.
All chaps are assless.
Yeah.
Not mine. I sewed the ass back in. I felt self-conscious.
Yeah.
I have ass chaps.
My
You don't
ass
want-
is chapped.
You got a chapped ass
You don't want chapped ass, especially at a wedding.
at a bar barn.
Yeah.
Barn burn.
Go ahead, Peter.
This
Yeah,
yeah,
and
a
I
real
was-
barn burner.
And I was wearing a diaper, obviously, because you don't want to get off the dance floor for any reason.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, I was there inconspicuous in my attire, and we were enjoying ourselves. We had eaten and everything. We'd gone through. It was a buffet, and these guys, we went out to kind of catch a breather, Paulina and I, and we're kind of looking around. We were sitting in the courtyard, and these two guys come walking out from the bar, and they like are looking around, and there's actually three guys that walked out, and they're all in shorts and t-shirts, like obviously not dressed for a wedding. And they like look around and they start talking to each other, and then one of them points over to like where the open bar is inside like the wedding venue. And then one guy looks at his friends, shakes his head, and waves them off and goes back into the bar. And the other two guys like start walking over, and then they like put their hands like up and like press their faces against the glass, like right where the bartenders are, like looking in, like pressing up, like trying to see what kind of alcohol is in there.
Yeah.
And they're like looking at each other, like nodding, like, yeah, look. And then they just walk in and they go, and then they already had beers, and they set their beers down outside, and then they went in and got drinks. And they come back out with their drinks and then pick up their other drinks, and they're like, oh, we got free drinks. And they're all like happy. And I'm like, wow, what a like good for you. You got your free drinks, you fuckers. Like, whatever.
Yeah, dicks,
I mean-
but also way to go.
Like, way to go. But like, I mean, it's
The chutzpah.
whatever.
I wish I wasn't at this wedding so I could experience what you did.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like, whatever. If like it's 2 drinks on a night where they're like serving a ton of alcohol.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. So we go back in and we're hanging out at the table that we were had eaten at, and all of a sudden these guys walk back in, and this time they don't walk just up to the bar. And I walked back up to the bar after they had gotten their drinks, and I was like, hey, those 2 guys that you just served, they're not part of the wedding party. Like, if they come back in, you probably just shouldn't serve them. He's like, yeah, I thought that, but I wasn't sure.
You
They like
narc.
Policeman Pete.
he pointed.
Oh, I like that.
He pointed. He did a thing where he, like, the bar guy was like, he pointed and like waved at some people, and so I thought I should serve him. I was like, oh, guy's got moves. He's experienced. He's a pro.
Yeah.
So
You just got to wave at someone before you hit the bar.
yeah, go to point and wave and
Point
wink.
and wave and look like you belong.
Or what you do is you have your AirPods in and you're talking, and then you like, and then when she asks you like what you want, you point your ear like, I'm on the phone. You know, like you're a real important guy at the wedding.
and then you just go to, and then you
Yeah, you just hold a number of fingers, like 4. It's just as many as you can possibly get away with. No, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone.
Just four,
Five.
The box of drinks.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone.
What's going on with the bartender where they're like, oh, well, I got to pour 4 drinks now.
they just keep putting more shots on.
I mean, he's on the phone. There's nothing I can do about this.
You know, he's really real busy
I don't wanna
guy.
bug him. I don't wanna
real
bug
busy
him.
guest of this wedding.
Anyway, so they come walking back in, and we're like halfway down the like in the venue space, so we're not even close to the bar. They come walking back in, and this time they just are like hanging out, like they're like looking, scoping out. They're not dressed like to be in there.
No.
They're obviously not part of the wedding party, and like there's photographers running around like snapping pictures of everything. So I'm like, okay, so these guys aren't dressed for it. They're just like hanging out, like they're being intrusive into this family's wedding. Like if I was part of this wedding, like I'm just like a guest. I barely know the couple. Like I would not like want to get my photos and then see these 2 dickheads in like the background shots. I'm like,
Nothing ruins a wedding photo.
like 2 dickheads.
Then 2 heads of dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you had to Photoshop all of your your wedding pictures of me because I actually pulled the head of my dick out of my pants, and apparently you told me later that was not acceptable and that was
Yeah.
I was on thin ice with you.
It was funny
Well,
how you drew a smiley
I thought
face
it
on
wasn't.
thing.
I thought it wasn't acceptable, but then Paulina was looking through the album and she didn't even notice it because it was so small. So
Yeah, I
You were
mean
lucky.
that's actually not hurtful at all. I have no problem with that.
he's crying now.
You can't.
No, it's fine. I don't. It's fine. It's perfect.
We'll talk about this.
No,
later.
no, it's
Andrew's a
no.
joke.
That's actually a funny joke, Peter.
So
No,
We
I-
give each other shit all the time.
oh, that's
We'll
funny.
talk about this later.
That's funny. That's actually
No, we'll
that's
talk about
actually
your
pretty
tiny.
funny.
We'll talk about your micro penis later.
That's actually pretty funny.
How big is it?
It's really. It's pretty. It's
Like-
that's pretty funny.
Like this, like the size of a ladybug. How big are we talking here?
They don't call him the polka dot menace for
Whoa,
nothing.
that big, huh? Wow.
I thought you had Peter a story to get to here, Peter. Is that right?
Yeah, it's how small your dick is. So
Thank you.
these guys are just hanging, like they're hanging out, and I like, okay, well, I've already seen you get drinks. You're just hanging out here, and so I look over and I'm like, so bride or groom? I yell over to them, bride or groom, and they initially ignore me, and then I yell again, bride or groom, and one guy's like, bride, and I go, oh yeah, what's the name? And then they ignore me again. And the other dude, the taller bald dude, like pulls his pointing thing where he's like pointing and saying hi to people. And I'm like, hey, yeah, what's the name? And then the other guy, his accomplice. It's a police word. 'Cause I'm a detective at this point. Kind of a big deal.
I love how you've taken it on yourself to be like the party police here.
You're serving
I'm-
justice.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm deep
at a
into
bride
this.
and groom's wedding that you quote barely know.
I barely know. So I'm like, at
This has no consequence for them. This has no consequence for me. It will not happen under my.
I was entertaining myself at this point
This
because
is
I'm like,
personal.
what happens here? Like how? Part of me thought, what would Andrew do? And I was like, this is not what Andrew would do.
Yeah, the exact
And that's why you had to do
Yep.
it.
So I did the exact opposite. And so then the other guy looks at me. He's like, "Oh, we're not part." He looks so ashamed, and he was shaking his head. "We're not part of the wedding. We don't know him." And I was like, "Yeah, you should probably leave. Yeah, get out."
Ooh.
Straight
They're
up.
like, "Oh, okay, yeah, well." And I was like, "No, just leave. Go back outside. Go back to the bar." And then the guy was like, "Oh, whatever." And then they walked away. And so I'm just curious, like in the situation one, obviously I did the right thing because
Oh yeah, obviously.
obviously,
Well, I mean, nobody could question that.
yeah. But what would you guys have done?
Well,
Oh boy.
I would have probably kept pointing and waving, getting a couple other drinks.
Oh, if you were those guys.
I would have pointed at my AirPod. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone.
On the phone.
Bride or groom? I'm on the phone.
I'm on the phone with the bride.
Four,
I'm the
five. Actually, make it
groom.
five. Five. Thanks. Thank you. Six. Just make it six.
Seven's fine. I think I would have definitely deferred to someone else with more authority. I would have said, "Hey," like maybe I would have found the father of the groom or the bride, and I would have said, "Hey, there's a cast of characters over there that keep pointing their AirPods." And there's no business being done here. The only business is the wedding. So maybe you should have them seen off.
And also, those aren't AirPods. Those are just regular headphones that they cut the
Those are just Tic Tacs.
Those aren't AirPods at all.
They just put Tic Tacs in their ears. Okay, classic move. Classic wedding crasher move.
Oh, your ears smell so good.
Genuinely, I probably would have done nothing.
I think it depends on how close I am with.
You're 6
Right,
You're
and-
6 inches away. Then what, Kevin?
So like,
Your move.
12 of your dicks or what?
That's another funny joke.
It's the weirdest mental game of chess. You're 6 inches away. Your move, Kevin.
No, I don't think I would have done anything. There's like very rare circumstances that I'd have to like manufacture for me to say anything. Otherwise, I don't think I'd care.
I think for me to have to say something, I would have to be like the biggest little narky bitch in the whole at the whole wedding.
Oh, someone's excited about their dick.
Like 12-inch
dick.
I would have to be this most pathetic piece of shit.
I probably would have gone up to him and been like, "Hey, your other friend can come in here too."
Oh yeah, life of the party.
You just invited more people. Okay, go get your friends. You can point and wave at me.
So
Here's some AirPods.
in the scenario where you do this, like as you're leaving the wedding, you see the father of the bride sobbing in the parking lot because his bank account overdrafted by 4 beers.
bankrupt.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard.
That's so sad.
But it's amazing that he had such a very specific number of drinks that he was preparing for. Anything over that, he could not possibly afford and has to sell the house.
My check's coming in soon, and they'll be able to be back on my feet. But I just wanted my daughter to have the best wedding ever.
Oh man, I was on the phone the whole time trying to make a deal. Just didn't work out.
It just didn't work out.
All right,
Yeah.
Mike.
I had a thought that popped in my head. Your story reminded me of this. At Jim's wedding, I was so drunk on the dance floor that I farted.
Which is why you were wearing the diaper.
Audibly?
No, but it smelled, and then somebody turned around and said, "Who farted?" And I was like, I hate lying, and I was drunk enough that I just went, "Me."
Oh no.
And then I felt so embarrassed. I was like so drunk embarrassed. You know, where I was just like, "Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me." And I like left the dance floor and like walked outside. Because it was like someone that I kind of knew but didn't know super well. And they're like, "Who farted?" "Me." "Oh. I'm sorry."
Wait, did they say I'm sorry?
No, I did. I don't know. I don't know if I did, but I felt so embarrassed. Like I probably played it off like I didn't care, but then I like was dying inside, and I immediately left.
I mean,
I love someone asking the question like it even matters. Like now that I know who it is, Now I can put the smell to the face.
I feel
It
like
was you.
I feel like the person who asked actually should have apologized because you gave such a frank response. They were like, they walk off the dance floor.
Sorry,
They
not a
see-
big deal.
They see you sitting on a bench, like you're just sitting there, your head's down, you're feeling pretty solemn. Like, hey, buddy, how you doing out here?
You just rip another one.
You know, I didn't mean to call you out. I actually thought no one was going to answer that question. I didn't expect. You know, I didn't want to shame you out there. I'm sorry.
I remember being in a math class in 6th grade, taking an exam, and like really had to fart, and it's silent. Everybody's heads down, pencils down, and I'm like, maybe I can just squeeze this out silently. But it's in those shitty grade school plastic chairs, right?
Oh, those squeakers, yeah.
And it sounded like someone was like chainsawing the chair in half. Like, and once it started, I just had no longer any control over
Now,
it.
what's the play when you make an like a very audible noise? What do? Do you
Cough.
do you shuffle around a lot, like you're trying to cover it with noise? Do you act like
shuffle.
No,
don't
do you act like you didn't hear it and just continue with whatever you're doing and just be like, huh, what? Like caught off guard?
I was
Do you accept and acknowledge it and say, hey guys, my bad. Shit my pants.
side note, when we saw A Quiet Place, there was a lady by herself. Who was like up in the front, like left. And not only did she audibly fart, but she shuffled around as if the fart like forced her body to move. and like it was like everyone in the theater was trying so hard not to laugh because everyone was so into the movie and it's so quiet and like literally people started laughing like 30 seconds later. Like people like Julia like did not stop for like 10 minutes, but it was everyone just like like trying to stifle it because it's so quiet. Anyway, that was good. That was a good fart.
Mike, can we get an update on Mike's Critter Corner, please?
Absolutely. So, I started Critter Corner way back when,
It feels like eons
a
ago.
long time ago.
I've been so invested in all the critters at your house.
Yeah.
And
Well,
all the
'cause-
corners that you have.
Yeah. Well, several corners and more critters for those corners.
You're like an octagon.
Yeah. Essentially, almost a. I don't know. What it's
Sextagon.
I'm like, good luck.
It's a sextagon.
A sexagon.
a sextagon. More like a sextagon.
That's
for
more.
how,
That's like less than an optagon.
Yeah.
Maybe a decagon, perhaps.
But there's been so many critter corners that there has been critter corners on my behalf when I've been gone. Jim brought one.
yeah,
Or Jim brought Mike's Critter Corner
right.
because we went camping and I wasn't there to tell the story.
And the
but-
house was infested with mice.
with mice. There's been some updates. I've been gone. I've been, kind of like how sometimes comedians will take some time off to go and get some more material. And they should live their life and start collecting before they start working on their next special. That's actually why I've been gone for the from the podcast for so long, is I was collecting more Critter Corner stories.
While you were long haul trucking.
Well, yes, while I was long haul trucking.
Okay.
So we've talked about how we had 3 little baby birds in our fuchsia, in our hanging basket.
Fuchsia. Is that the IKEA name for it?
No, it's the name of the plant.
Fuck.
It's the name of the plant
Okay.
that was in the hanging basket.
I thought fuchsia was the name of a hanging basket in Swedish.
That's an. Did you?
Go ahead, Mike.
It would be called something like Ingeborg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuchsia is just the name of a plant.
Yep. Sure.
And of like hot pink.
Yeah, like the color.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm following.
Yeah. So we had those 3 little eggs that were there, and they hatched into 3 beautiful little birds. And
I'll be the judge of that. Go ahead, Mike.
And Julia was being very cautious. We would take the basket down, and she didn't want the plant to die, and she didn't want to ruin the little
fuchsia?
spot. Yes, the fuchsia. She didn't want to ruin the little spot for the birds, so she would water around the little birds. She found out on Google that was a safe way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd put the plant back up, and the mama bird would jump back in, feed her little babies, and then we'd go back inside. And we've been coexisting, for probably like 3 or 4 weeks. Kevin actually came over and we were showing him. She was watering and we were showing him how much the birds have grown. And we took a look. They're big. They're big little birds. They're still little baby birds, but they're a lot bigger now.
They're big. They're like the size, like maybe a quarter and a half.
Yeah,
like the size of a quarter, but like a little bit bigger.
Yeah, like this, like
Like,
the size,
like 35 cents.
like
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, so you
no,
know,
like 40 cents.
yeah, not
30
quite,
cents.
not quite a 50-cent piece, but like if you split the difference between a 50
Like
cent
40
piece,
cents.
yeah, like 37 and a half.
I can picture that.
Yeah. So they're about that big, and Kevin actually was the one that was putting them up because we showed him, and then he was putting them up, and for some
It's
reason,
the second time I'd done that too.
yeah, Kevin's
I'm a pro. I've come over twice where they were just in the middle of watering their hanging basket, and Julia's just like, "Hey, can you put it back up because I can't reach it?"
yeah, and so Kevin's a pro at this. Very gently is putting the hanging basket back up, and for whatever reason, the birds freak out. The little baby birds jump out. One hits Julia in the chest and in the leg, and the other one I think whizzes by. Right? Doesn't it whiz by you?
Wait, are they flying or jumping?
They're like,
At this point,
we don't know.
it's a bit of a mixture because they're very much baby birds.
And so they're just like jumping around, hobbling around, and none of them are flying. And we like Julia freaked out, and then like the basket's back up, but the birds are out. And then we went inside, and then the next morning they were gone. We think that they're fine, but they're gone. It could be that Jasper got them, but
It could be.
they might have also flown away. So that was one little thing that happened. And then we also found a dead rabbit in our backyard.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, you guys got a gang?
Yeah, well, yeah, and it went like full rigor mortis, the dead rabbit.
Oh my God.
When I picked it up, it was like stiff as a board, but it wasn't like a little bunny. It was like a big old fucking rabbit.
Did you huck it into the?
I hucked it where all dead critters go, and live critters.
You get like the pizza paddle, and you're like, light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. You know that old camp game? You remember that one, right?
Yeah, I do.
That was a good one. I don't think the rabbit probably found it very funny though.
No, well, the rabbit was dead. Probably didn't even hear it.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, dead rabbit and 3 little birds.
Well, that is about as uplifting as an update as I could have expected from Mike's Critter Corner.
They're all tragedies.
If anybody out there,
good.
if anybody out there has an animal that needs adoption or somebody to take care of their animal, Mike is open.
Mike is a modern day Shakespeare. There is never anything pleasant. So if you're an animal lover, go ahead and skip Mike's Critter Corner. I know this is a little bit too late at this point, but for next time.
This reminded me of something. It's a very short story, but our neighbor Michael texted me yesterday at 10:45 in the morning. "Hey Kevin, it's Michael. Are you home?" And I said, "Hey Michael, yes I am home." And then silence for 10 minutes, and then he texts me back, "Thank you, Kevin. Jasper came home. He was missing for quite a while." And that's it.
I'm glad that he was found.
So I don't even know what that was about, but apparently
He was about to go send you on a quest to go find the cat.
I don't even understand. It's in the morning. Like normally it's
Why does he let the cat out?
It's like
these are
the
legitimate questions.
Yeah, the cat's always out.
Because one of these days he's not going to come home, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Because he'll end up in Mike's yard.
Yeah, the cursed yard.
And Mike is not going to inform Michael. Mike is just going to fling him.
straight into the green belt with all other critters that come.
Oh my god!
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
So recently, our landlord has been like, our rent went up clearly to cover the cost of a bi-weekly, like, people come and mow our yard and like weed whack all the bamboo that is like in our yard, and they didn't go. So with the green belt, there's like some yard before the green belt, and I was so worried that they were going to go, like, we have like a little fence where like we keep Gus in, but like beyond that fence there is like
the cemetery.
There's the cemetery. Most things I think are getting into the like deep into the green belt, but I know I mean, I'm the one shoveling these things out there, and I know there's been a couple that have set sail and then hit a tree and then stopped like just 10 feet beyond.
And you're like, well, what are you gonna do?
There's nothing I could do. It's all
It's out of your hands.
It's out of my hands.
Your hands are tied.
Absolutely.
It's up to God.
It's up to God.
If they're going back there, that's their own thing.
They have to
what I was
accept what they're gonna find.
But there's this small part of me that's it's like if they went back there and just discovered this crazy animal graveyard, then Joel would find out, and then Joel would be like, our landlord would be like, what? I don't know.
He has some questions.
Everything the light touches is your kingdom.
Even though it's like his rat traps that he purchased.
I guess that's true. And I wouldn't have to say that I put the animals there.
They could be there forever.
I'd be like, oh,
Blame it on Kevin.
I didn't. Oh, Kevin must be throwing animals into my side of the yard.
Oh yeah. Kevin's a sick pervert.
He's not just a pervert. He's a sick pervert. He's a sicko.
I've seen him doing nasty stuff with those animals and then tossing them into the pet cemetery. That's totally Kevin's.
I feel like I'm the only person here who spent quality time with a rat.
That's true.
That's true. Oh, that's right. There was a rat that Julie and I both saw also. There's a big old fucking rat that like we were sitting out in the
Rat
backyard
King?
talking about how like our backyard is now so spider infested because we've been out of town so much. And then we both look over and a giant rat runs from underneath our deck and into the backyard, into the green belt. And like we're both so desensitized that we just saw it and then we looked back and then we looked at each other. We're like, wait, did that just happen? It's like a big fucking rat.
What is your life?
Yeah,
We're literally surrounded by critter bullshit all the time. I didn't anticipate that when I started doing Critter Corner that I was like literally cursing myself to like every single week having some weird fucking critter bullshit happening.
See, here's how it works in my brain, right? There's like a person that all the animals go and hang out around when they're babies. And then there's like Snow White where they go hang out when they're adults and they like chill out. And then when critters are about to die, they come find you.
the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad that we had the foresight to not make this like a one-off unnamed bit, that we made it a segment because
me too.
it's gotten legs. Yeah. We have a game. It's not really a game. It's a segment. It's a bit. And frankly, we didn't even create it. We took it from NPR or Pitchfork, or it's called Over Under. All right.
NPR or Pitchfork?
I think they've both done it.
They're the same thing. They own each other.
The idea here,
They own each other.
it's a circular owning relationship.
Should go in business together.
I mean, it's really great for taxes.
We have to determine if this item is overrated or underrated. We have fancy ice cream. And maybe, Peter, you can explain this a little bit.
Yeah. So we're going to do underrated fancy ice cream. Specifically, the inspiration for this is a ice cream shop called Salt and Straw that is started in Portland, Oregon, has made its way up to Seattle. I don't know how many locations there are now, but fancy ice cream, meaning that they like put like exotic flavors in there. They'll use like vegetables in some of their ice creams to get flavors out. Lavender, honey. They'll put. I went in there specifically. What pissed me off? Okay, I gave it away.
You've revealed your hand.
Yeah, I tipped my hand. But what
Peter.
pissed me off this time was I went in there to get a chocolate milkshake, and they were like, "Oh, we can't do just a chocolate milkshake because we don't have chocolate, but we do have chocolate brownie." And I was like, "I don't want
great.
fucking." I looked her right in her eyes and I said, "I don't want fucking chunks of brownie in my." I didn't say that, but I didn't want chunks of brownie in my chocolate milkshake.
That
So I
sounds
didn't get
delicious.
It sounds like something's wrong with you.
No, I didn't. I just wanted a chocolate milkshake. Any place that can't make just a regular chocolate ice cream, all right. Anyway,
Can I have chocolate ice cream? Yes, but we have flakes of gold in it. And
I'd be fine with flakes of gold. Anyway,
fuck you. I want bland chocolate.
fancy ice cream, places that, and I'll give you a contrast. There's places like Salt and Straw or Molly Moon's, and Molly Moon's, by the way, is very overrated. Ice cream,
Hot take.
fancy overrated ice cream. And then there's places like Full Tilt, which is a Seattle ice cream shop that is in similar locations to Salt and Straw. They're in Ballard, they're in the Capitol Hill, they're in the U District, but they're also in places like They're in Columbia City. They're in White Center. And
Hang on, you guys. I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Wait, where are these ice cream places?
They're
So,
in
like it's in the hip part of the city and also the
they're
not
in
hip.
there in the hip part of the city. They're also in like the not hip part of the city, places where
Ravenna.
you probably wouldn't want to go at all and think you might get robbed. And when you go into their locations, like if you go into Salt and Straw, you're like, wow, this is so nice. It's like so clean and everything. You go into Full Tilt, you're like, wow, this place looks run down. Holy shit, this ice cream's really good. I can see why people want to come here. It's not because it's nice. It's because the ice cream's really fucking good.
All right. First of all, I don't appreciate you taking over under to turn into Peter's Type 5. Second of all,
This has been hilarious.
And it's been very tight.
second of all,
what parts of the city is it again?
I have to disagree with just about everything you said.
Screw you.
I do too.
I guess my first question for you
Fuck fancy ice cream.
is, what is your ideal favorite ice cream? If you can have any ice cream right now, what would it be?
Ooh. Well, one, I would either have a
Plain chocolate, nothing on it.
no.
Okay.
If I had to get ice cream, I would probably just get chocolate ice cream.
But what brand?
I imagine
What?
that
Where?
like here I'm going to ponder a guess.
Oh my god.
Your favorite chocolate milkshake is a Dick's chocolate milkshake.
Hell no. No, Dick's does not make good milkshakes.
No, they don't. But this
Unless
is,
you're gonna
this
get a
is what
strawberry
I'm
milkshake.
Guessing because
It's
you said
tracking.
fuck fancy
No,
ice cream.
no. The best milkshake I've ever had, because I do love milkshakes. They bring me to the yard.
Dumb.
I love that.
I don't know if I'm dumb or you're dumb, but someone's dumb.
Both are dumb.
You're the one that laughed. I love milkshakes. The best milkshake I've ever had is a chocolate milkshake from Full Tilt. But so if I were gonna get anything, it'd be that. Or I do love cookie dough ice cream from Ben and Jerry's. That's really fucking good.
Oh, Ben and Jerry's. You can find them kind of in South Seattle. There's actually one in Portland. There's another one in.
I wouldn't call them fancy.
You know, I saw them. There's the QFC. The
yeah.
Safeway.
Safeway has them. Yeah,
Maybe
Albertsons.
Whole
Well,
Foods,
sorry, Albertsons is Safeway now.
What about like Ralph's? And like, if not in the Washington area, but
yeah,
like
I've seen them even at grocery outlet for affordable prices.
maybe like an AM.
I love so I just keep envisioning in my mind, since we're sitting out in your backyard, just like someone we don't know, random passerby walking by, seeing us talk about ice cream for 10 minutes into microphones, just being like, what the fuck is going on?
You know what's even more interesting than that? Think about the person who's actually listening to this right now,
And they're agreeing with me.
and they are sitting here still listening to this.
I need to find a
They
new
are
podcast.
agreeing with me.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people.
No, I-
Safeway in Totem Lake, the
Sure.
Safeway over in Mill Creek.
Yeah. So here's what I think is that ice cream that you can get from a grocery store, I think is generally pretty good if you get the more expensive ice cream.
Yeah.
But they never have quite the nice texture that you get from a real ice cream shop like a Salt and Straw. And while I do think that Salt and Straw has some flavors that are just kind of like hipster, weird, off the wall to get people in the store, they always have probably 50% of the menu that I consider to be pretty good.
Yep.
That are like pretty conventional, like good, better than average ice cream flavors.
Yes, I agree. Also, every time I hear Salt and Straw, it just makes me. Have you ever seen like the hipster company meme generator?
No.
I don't know if I have.
There's like you can click. There's like a bunch of them online, and you just click, and it's always two words paired together, and they make a fake logo for it.
Okay.
So it's like hammer and nail, like
Oh, yeah, right.
owl and brimstone, or just like ridiculous things, and
Yeah.
it's always that format.
Yeah.
And Salt and Straw just
Penis
makes me
and
feel
knife.
like
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
Nice and nice. Yeah.
Wow, we have to take the one back to therapy.
Yeah,
The fact that this is like a Rorschach test for Peter. He just failed. Peter, did you have a Pierce patent pending?
Yeah.
So Pierce patent pending is basically budget Shark Tank. Peter has all sorts of fanciful ideas he writes down while he's supposed to be working at his desk job, wearing his flip-flops. He brings them here to us. We tell him if we like to invest in them or not.
Andrew is just really salty about the small penis.
And straw.
I'm not salty. I thought it was a very funny
wouldn't call it
joke.
a straw.
Go ahead,
Very
Peter.
tiny. Sorry, I'm getting my notes up. We're gonna want to cut
Small
this
as a
out.
ladybug.
We're gonna want to cut. I'm just gonna talk, so you have to cut this
No,
out.
I'll tell you we're going to cut this
You're
out.
gonna want to take notes on where to cut all this out because this is
No, I'm gonna keep all this in.
Keep this in.
This is the content people want. This is
I
the
don't-
behind the scenes, but we're pulling back the curtain so people can see how the how the sausage is made.
They can be like, hey, why would you sweep back there? Put that curtain back.
Wait, where did all these dead birds come from? Was this Kevin again?
Sorry,
Yes,
guys.
Kevin.
I
All right.
put poison.
You don't even want to know what he does to him before he tosses him back here.
So recently I had a
Sick
conversation.
pervert.
Speaking of straws.
Recently I had a conversation with a friend about dating apps. I've never used a dating app at all.
Congrats.
Never used. Well, I don't know.
What?
Maybe, but I never I don't know. Like, there's Tinder. There's
Yeah, we know the dating apps.
Are you familiar
Bumble.
with Hinge, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagel, right?
You can use them in
But
places like Ravenna,
someone recently told me
White Center.
the guy, somebody said that they met somebody who said that they had an 8-inch dick, and they were like, "Wow, I just
Cool.
want to see an 8-inch dick."
That's all I want to see.
Yeah. So then I thought, well, let's just create a dating app called Python, where it's just dicks.
I like the programming language.
So then you can swipe, right?
I'm never going to use
Like
that
the
language the same
relative
way
of
again.
You can just swipe, and it's dick pics,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, okay, yeah, double click, and it's like, I want to meet this dick,
Uh-huh.
and so it's called
Uh-huh.
Python, and it's just to meet dicks. So you're like, that's the kind of dick
That's the dick
that I
I
want
want
to see.
Well,
yeah.
where do I give you all of my money?
By the way, we spell Python with an I instead of a Y. Python.
I was going to ask you, is it spelt cool? Because it's got to be spelled
Yeah,
cool.
it's Python.
Python. So it looks like Python.
Python.
You should make it PIE, Thon.
Ooh, Python.
And then
Yep.
you swipe on the pies
And
that you
it's-
want to
the
eat.
logo is a pie with a little snake coming out of it. Yeah.
How about
This
that's
isn't
good.
Kevin's patent pending, okay? You can't just be throwing out other
Hey,
ideas.
Kevin said he wanted to give me all his
Okay.
money. He can suggest things.
Okay, we changed it just
Maybe
a little
you
bit.
invest.
Okay, I love your idea, but we're gonna pivot just a little bit. Instead of dicks, it's pie.
Python. No, I like the logo and I like the snake coming out of it.
Now, I do think that I might be a little bit more woke than the other gentlemen here at this table, and I have to just have some commentary here that I think this app already exists. It's called Being a Woman in 2019.
That's the most woke thing I've heard.
That's the least woke thing.
That's super woke.
Because,
You're
am I
very-
right, ladies? Hey, if you get dick pics on the reg, send a pod mail to pwspacecast@gmail.com. Let us know.
Send us.
That feels
please forward us a dick pic.
Yeah. You know what, Mike? You can go ahead and field those.
I'll take care of it.
Thanks, Mike. Peter, I will have to not invest in this idea, I'm afraid.
You don't want it to be in on the ground floor of Python?
No, I'm okay. I'll
All right.
pass,
Well,
though.
Kevin's giving me all his money.
That's right.
No, I like cake better than pie.
Well, first of all, this is a dick servicing app.
Yeah,
We don't serve cake on our platform.
Yeah.
So
not
I don't think you're really. By the way, this is also targeting two demographics. We're getting men and women here. All right.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, I think we are.
Let's close out this episode on a better note. On a more friendly note, on a more woke note. This is
a woke note.
This is from a website called rumandmonkey.com, which I think might have been from that same meme generator that created Salt and Straw.
Rum and monkey.
Rum and Monkey, Salt and Straw.
Dick and knife.
Again, Peter, we're going to take that one
It
to
was
therapy.
penis and knife.
This is a movie name generator. What it says is, don't have any movie to watch tonight? No problem. Just enter some random word. Okay, I'm going to read it verbatim here. Don't have any movie to watch tonight? No problem. Just enter some random word, click the button, and you have yourself a movie. Note, 1 movie per word. I don't know what any of this means.
How do you find these websites?
Google.
I was going to say,
It's
I don't feel like
cookies.
these show up on Google.
the Google. Oh, I was
You could probably find it on Chrome,
he-
Firefox,
he uses-
Safari.
He uses thegoogle.com,
it gives you some alternative results.
which is why you find sites that have interesting grammatical choices.
I think I'm actually accessing google.ch, which is like the Chinese Google.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Ooh, damn.
you know,
damn.
So I'm going to ask a few questions, and because again, we're collaboratively going to decide which movie to watch via this
Right.
movie generator.
Yep.
We are then obligated to go watch it together on our iPhones from the comfort of our own homes,
Right.
or via Xbox Live
Yeah.
with
our-
premier viewing experience.
Of course.
So I'll ask these questions. We decide together. All right. First question: which generation do you belong to? The Generation Alpha, which is from 2005 till now. Millennial, which is 1982 to 2004. Generation X, 65 to 84. Baby Boomer, which is 46 to 64. Or the Greatest Generation, which is before 1946. Which generation do we belong to?
We're pretty fucking great, but we're also alphas.
I mean, I love me some baby boomers. And I happen to know, because I have the statistics to prove it, 95+% of our fans are baby boomers.
Construction workers.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Some old construction workers.
So that's where I'm tending to go.
I would go towards either the Greatest Generation or alphas. Because,
Okay.
I mean, we're all fucking alphas here.
Uh-huh.
We're sharks.
Thoughts?
Hot take.
Yeah.
Millennial.
All right, Kevin.
Cold take.
Uh-huh.
Millennial.
All right, millennial it is.
Son of a bitch.
All right. What do you currently do in life? Good question. I'm still trying to figure this out. I work in an office. I do not work in an office. Full-time student and rocking it. I am a traveler.
I'm
I
a
think
traveler.
We can all agree that we are a traveler.
And here's the thing, man. We're all travelers
Here's the thing, man.
floating through space.
Yep, traveler.
And we don't know where the destination's going to be, but this is the journey, man.
It's all about the
I'm,
journey.
I'm guessing
traveling.
the destination is going to be this movie.
I'm a traveler. Okay. What is your deepest desire?
Ooh.
Inner and outer peace, a compassionate world
What? Hold on. What's outer peace?
for other people, Kevin. Look outside yourself for once.
Oh,
For Andrew to be content with his half an inch.
Funny joke. A compassionate world, personal growth, finding true love or understanding other people. Our deepest desire.
So this is
Can you-
tough because I'm all about that outer piece,
Yeah,
but I don't need that inner piece.
right.
Can you read those again?
Inner and outer peace, a compassionate world, personal growth, finding true love, understanding other people. I mean, the last one would be very useful for me. That'd almost be like a superpower. I just want to understand what the fuck everybody's talking about,
Well,
you know?
also you could probably find some growth.
No, this is funny, you guys. This is funny because actually I feel very confident with what I got rocking down there, all right?
It's making a lot more sense why he wasn't interested in investing in Python.
You know, I'm gonna go with personal growth just because you guys said to, not because I personally care about it, but because you guys said. What would you say is your strongest quality? I am a bit of a bright spark, so intelligence. I am always helping out, kindness. My life is a crazy explosion of shapes and colors.
okay. Yes.
That one. That one.
Creativity. I am a survivor, strength. I know what I want, confidence.
The
Creativity. My life is a crazy explosion
Yeah,
of shapes and colors.
yeah.
Life is a crazy.
that one.
That's what it's like. It's so me, like, because it's like, you know how people are like at work on Monday and you're like, hey man, how you doing? And people say living the dream.
Uh-huh.
Well, when I answer, I say my life's a crazy explosion of shapes and colors.
If somebody said that to me at work on a Monday, I would assume that they just threw up everywhere all weekend
Or they're
long.
still tripping.
Yeah, they're still tripping.
They're
Or that they're creative.
like us.
Right.
Yeah, like us.
All right, here's a tough one. What role do you play in your friendships? I like to make my friends laugh. They always come to me for advice. I tend to be the peacemaker between friends. I offer support where I can. I am usually the one to help them fix things.
I mean, the first one, yeah.
I think we'd like to make our friends laugh.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have done any of the other ones.
No.
I mean, and you personally haven't been successful with making friends laugh either. Peter, small dick jokes.
Boom.
Boom.
Moving on.
Hey, that laugh that Kevin just did was a result of my dick joke earlier in the episode.
No, as a result of me slam dunking on you.
Yeah, no, you can make fun of me all you want because you
I'm
have
not
such a
making fun of
tiny
you.
dick.
I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
the
No.
tension
Yeah, let it go.
is real.
Yeah.
Next up. How often do you work out? Work out? Are you serious right now? Every day. If walking through the shops count as working out,
What the fuck?
getting out of bed is enough of a workout for me. The people
Does it have italics? Or are you filling that in?
No, I'm just
Have
interpreting
you
it.
considered a career in like being an announcer?
No.
Good.
That's enough for me.
The people at the gym know me by name. Fitness is life. How often do we work out?
I mean,
Me walking through the shops.
Yeah, walking through the shops. Yeah,
walking through the shop.
walking through the shops.
Like I'm shopping for like supplements to get jacked.
yeah.
So-
So on a cycle.
It's like a twofer for me.
Yeah. Click that one.
Why did you take this test? Okay, it's getting a little bit meta. I like this.
Oh, okay.
It looked like fun. I was bored. My friends encouraged me to do so. All of the above or none of the above?
None of the above.
Where's the podcast?
Yeah,
answer?
where's 7-person podcast on there?
It's not on this one. Should I
None
email
of
them
the
about
above.
it?
Yeah.
So I guess none of the above, technically.
Well,
Yeah.
technically though, all of us encouraged you to take this test.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fine.
Fair enough.
Fine.
What do you dream about when you sleep? I often dream that I am drowning, fighting or running away from war. I dream that I am flying. I often dream of animals, Mike. People and relationships.
People in relationships.
Yeah.
The podcast.
I don't dream of animals because I don't have dreams.
Oh, really?
You fucking psycho.
I had a dream recently where one of my friends was telling me my car wasn't that fast. And I was like, why?
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's people in relationships.
Also, who
right there.
cares?
Your car's plenty fast.
Thanks, man.
How fast does it go?
I have no idea.
All right, this one's a question for Mike. If you were an animal, what would you be? A dog or a wolf? A tiger / lion / jaguar? Because I guess they're similar enough that they could just be one single answer.
Or it's a half tiger, half.
It's a hybrid.
Tiger half, jaguar half.
Half a lion. Okay, and a gazelle / horse / giraffe,
Okay.
because
okay.
those are exceptionally similar.
Yeah.
Or owl / falcon / eagle,
Oh.
or a dolphin.
Dolphin. Shoreline Community College, baby.
Oh, represent.
Alumni.
Shout out to Shoreline Community
We were the
College.
Dolphins, and I never went to a sporting event, but I always imagined that at a sporting event, the whole crowd goes,
School
Wait, do that
pride.
again.
what, Peter?
Do your noise.
Nice. It was better the first two times. Do you have a bucket list? Nope. I am living life one day at a time. Yes, I am halfway through it already. Yes, but I only have a couple of items on it. No, but I do know what I want in life. Yes, but it's hard to get to.
Wait, it's hard to get to?
Yes, but
It's hard to get to the bucket list.
to.
Or it's like I misplaced it. It's like I put it on a very high shelf.
Yeah.
Now
Let's go-
I know I have it around here somewhere.
I just
Let's go
can't
with
get
that
to it.
last one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I misplaced it. It's hard
Yeah.
to get to it. It's too high up.
Strap mine to the bottom of an aircraft.
All right.
What?
It's quite difficult to get to.
It's all the way at the bottom of this aircraft.
So now we
You have to sneak into an airplane for it to get to it.
So now here's what we do. We enter our name and click the button below. So I'm going to just type in
Podworm Spacecast.
Podworms Spacecast.
And then where do you insert your credit card and email?
And I'm going to click the button that says, give me something to watch already. And the movie that we are,
So ready to be disappointed.
the movie that we are obligated by contract to watch together via Xbox Live
Gremlins 2.
is Abbott and Costello in Space Spartacus Collector's Edition. And I think this movie perfectly sums up this podcast. Abbott and Costello in Space Spartacus Collector's Edition. That's the extended director's cut
What
with all the bonus
fucking website
features.
is this?
So disappointed.
And then they give you a link to buy it, right?
There's nothing here, no.
What?
No.
What?
Yeah, nothing there.
Well, I guess we'll have to watch it.
That is some intense
Can't
science that they can nail us
you know what,
down like that.
I think the reason we got this is because we picked Millennial. And this is like a classic Millennial film.
Right.
You know?
It really
it
is.
just feels millennial.
Like if we pick something other like
Alpha.
Baby boomer.
the greatest generation, maybe we've gone something funnier like Bill and Ted's Awesome Something or Other. You know what
Harold
it's
and
called?
Kumar go to White Castle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, space fans, if you go to Rum and Monkey, I closed my laptop already. Rum and Monkey or Dick and Weasel, whatever the fuck it's called. Let us know what movie you got. Send us a pod mail, pwspacecast@gmail.com. We have a social media empire we're building from the ground up. We're using the power of all of our space fans and construction workers to build the pylons and the pillars that create this great nation of ours.
The Pythons?
Podworm Spacecast is where you'll find all of that on Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitter. We have a website, pwspacecast.com. All of our tour dates are posted there,
Yep.
including bonus content.
So much bonus.
Mike has hidden lots of little Easter eggs on there. You have to find them, and then tweet at us when you find them.
Bonus.
And additionally, if you like this show, you have to share it with somebody because it's your obligation. The same way that we are now obligated to watch Abbott and Costello in space, the collector's edition. You have to share the show with a friend or a family member or an enemy or a construction worker or
A veteran
a veteran
or a veterinarian.
or
Gift horse. Don't look him in its mouth.
A hot dog vendor.
and as always, space fans. Until next time.
Keep squirting.